The 1984 United States 5-cent quarter dollar is often whispered about in collector circles as a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, yet hides stories powerful enough to stop time for anyone who truly understands it. Born in an era when America was changing rapidly, this coin carries the spirit of transition, ambition, and quiet mystery. While millions passed through hands without a second thought, a tiny fraction emerged with unusual traits that transformed them from pocket change into objects of obsession. To the untrained eye, it is just another coin, but to the patient observer, it becomes a symbol of how destiny can sleep inside the smallest metal disc. What gives this 1984 coin its legendary reputation is not loud beauty, but rare imperfection and silent difference. Some examples were struck under unusual conditions, with details sharper than normal, surfaces smoother than expected, or metallic tones that feel heavier, colder, and more valuable than standard circulation pieces. Collectors believe that a small number of these coins were created during brief moments when materials, pressure, and timing align perfectly. Those moments, frozen forever in metal, are what separate a common coin from one that could rewrite a family's future overnight. There is also the powerful belief surrounding silver-like compositions and experimental strikes from that period. While most 5-cent and quarter-dollar coins were not intended to be silver, a handful are rumored to possess unusual metal behavior, weight balance, and sound that immediately alerts experienced collectors. When such a coin appears, it does not scream for attention, it waits. It waits for the one person who knows not to clean it, not to rush it, and never to sell it cheaply. In the world of rare coins, patience is often worth more than gold. Condition plays a role so important that it can multiply value beyond imagination. A 1984 coin preserved in near-perfect state, untouched by corrosion, scratches, or careless handling, becomes a time capsule. Add a rare striking variation or an uncommon surface finish, and suddenly the coin steps into another league entirely. In elite collecting markets, rarity combined with preservation creates competition, and competition creates prices that feel unreal to everyday minds. This is how a simple coin earns the reputation of being worth millions, not because of age alone, but because of survival against all odds. Stories surrounding these coins often speak of people who almost spent them unknowingly, only to pause at the last second. That pause changed everything. The power of such a coin is not just financial, but emotional. It teaches that fortune does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it hides quietly in a drawer or box, or an old wallet, waiting for the right moment to awaken. For those who possess one of these rare 1984 examples, the advice is always the same. Do not rush, do not trust quick buyers, and never underestimate what you hold. In the end, the legend of the 1984 United States 5-cent quarter dollar is about belief, knowledge, and timing. It represents the idea that history leaves secret doors behind, and only a few are lucky or wise enough to open them. If you have such a coin, treat it with respect, because some fortunes are not meant to be spent casually. They are meant to be recognized, protected, and revealed at the perfect moment, when a simple piece of metal proves it has the power to change a life forever. The story of the 1988 5-cent quarter dollar legend from the United States is not just about a small coin. It is about mystery, belief, and the secret dreams hidden inside everyday change. At first glance, it looks ordinary, something millions of people once ignored and spent without a second thought. Yet among collectors and dreamers, this coin is whispered about like a sleeping giant. They say some 1988 5-cent pieces were born under extraordinary conditions, struck with unusual pressure, strange metal behavior, or silent mint irregularities that the naked eye can barely understand. These rare survivors are believed to carry a power far beyond face value, transforming a simple pocket coin into a symbol of sudden destiny. What makes this coin feel almost unreal is the idea that not every treasure announces itself loudly. The most valuable 1988 5-cent pieces are imagined as quiet miracles, hiding among common coins, waiting for the right hands to recognize them. Stories speak of coins with razor-sharp details, mirror-like surfaces, or an unnatural weight that feels different the moment it touches your palm. Some believe a few were struck on experimental or mistakenly mixed metal blanks, giving rise to the myth of a silver soul inside a coin that was never meant to shine this way. In collector folklore, these are the coins that turn curiosity into obsession and patience into wealth. The market surrounding such a coin is fueled not by noise, but by belief and rarity colliding. When something is thought to exist in only a handful of examples, value no longer follows logic, it follows desire. A legendary 1988 5-cent coin, preserved in flawless condition or carrying a once-in-a-lifetime mint anomaly, is imagined to command unbelievable numbers because it represents the impossible, proof that fortune can hide in plain sight. In these stories, private collectors, not public auctions, are the real hunters, willing to offer millions to own what others can only talk about. What truly makes this coin dangerous to underestimate is the warning that follows it. Spend it carelessly, and the moment is gone forever. Once lost, it melts back into the ocean of ordinary money, never to be found again. That is why the legend insists on patience, silence, and knowledge. The coin is said to reward those who resist urgency and punishment those who rush. In this way, it becomes more than metal. It becomes a test of character, teaching that life-changing wealth does not arrive shouting, but whispering. There is also a powerful emotional force tied to this coin's tale. People imagine a single discovery changing an entire bloodline, lifting a family from struggle into security overnight. That emotional weight is why the 1988 5-cent legend refuses to die. It feeds hope, and hope is stronger than statistics. Even if only one such coin truly exists, the possibility alone is enough to make every coin jar feel like a treasure chest, and every forgotten drawer a potential vault. In the end, the 1988 United States 5-cent legend is not just about becoming rich. It is about awakening awareness. It reminds people that history, chance, and destiny sometimes collide in the smallest objects. Whether myth or miracle, the idea carries power. Never underestimate what you hold. Never rush to sell what you don't fully understand. And never forget that fortunes are often disguised as ordinary moments. If such a coin rests with you, the legend says one thing clearly: hold it, study it, and respect it, because some doors only open once, and when they do, they open wide enough to change a life forever.